All right, now we're live. So, welcome to 4th hour. Here it is. We're just now getting our stuff together. All right, review for quiz number 3. Can you believe that we've only had 2 quizzes before this? Plus a test, right? Doesn't seem like a lot. And it hasn't been, okay? I tried to make the beginning of the year have fewer quizzes. That way, when you bombed it, there would be plenty of time to make it up. So if you haven't done that yet, what are you waiting for? What? You're gonna die. Like, it's not good. Figure this out now. Raise your hand if you've been in to see me and gotten help in here, ever, after school. Okay, look at these people, okay? Look at them, okay? When you've come to see me, did things, like, get better, like, significantly, right? And it's just like magic. Like, oh my God, that's all we were doing, right? It's like, yeah, that's it. That's the testimonies. You need to do it. It works. It's super easy, and it's sort of fun, yes. Did you? Oh, right, because you don't have to do the retake process, right? You just have to do the retake? For 2 of them. Both were above a 65, right?
I need to retake it. Just a few questions that I missed today, and you said I.
Okay, here's the deal. Right, because you weren't supposed to take it, but you did it anyway? Right. So either if you were absent that week, and that's why you don't have to do the retake process, you just do the retake, or if you get higher than the 65, just come see me. Okay? Just say, hey, I'd like to take it. I'll be like, great. I'll go print one off. Thank you. Great, yes.
Why did I take it apart?
I don't know. Why didn't you stay yesterday? I have passes on the door. You want to do it today?
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. So this is quiz number 3 review. We're going to start at the back, so if you open your hymnals to the last page. Jenna. Yeah, you tell him, Jenna. Idiots. All right.
I want purple. Purple's a pretty color.
Edgy. Nice. Jenna's hardcore. All right. I didn't know that about Jenna. I learned something today. Today I learned. All right, so given ABC or collinear and DB and F or collinear. This one's the hardest one. If I was a betting man, and I am, I bet on the St. Louis Blues to win the Stanley Cup last year, and they were last place in December, right? Because the odds were ridiculous. I was like, I'll put down a couple $100. Why not, right? Win 6,000 if they happen to go. They're the Cubs of the NHL. They've never won before, but like, why not? I've been saying this is going to be our year for the last 3, and then like everything fell apart. Like, it was just like, how can they be this bad? It's like impossible. And guess what? They won the whole thing. You know what's really funny is that the other team that they played against in the Cup was Boston, and I actually put money on them in December too because it was like, they're underrated. Like, I didn't think they'd actually win, but like, no, people are underrating them. The odds were so good. I was like, yeah, why not? So I was guaranteed to win either way when the final started. One team I really wanted to win for personal reasons, and I put more money on them. The other team was like, yeah, I still won some money. The only regret I have is that I didn't bet everything I owned on that. Some guys put down like $1,000, won $6 million. Yeah. Right? The odds are so astronomical. It's like, oh, good job, Mr. Mack. You did a good thing. You got some money. I'm sitting here going like, God, why? Can you imagine? Okay? Can you imagine? The only thing holding me back from like world domination. Cash money. It's all about that cash money. Think of the clout. All right. A, B, and C are collinear. D, B, and F are collinear. Let's write that down. This should feel familiar from yesterday. So let's write it down. Given ABC collinear. If you do not write the given, I swear to God, it's free points. And it helps you. DBF collinear. Okay? So we know that. Now, what does it mean to be collinear? Jesus Christ, Macy. Do we have to move your desk like here? Oh, he's not here today. Who normally sits there? Oh, who normally sits there? You normally sit there, but I moved you. So, Landry and Bailey, if you want to move up, you can. Or Bailey, you can move up to see better. It's up to you. Of course. Yeah, I know. You're happy with your little corner of the room. Right. We're not here to learn. All right. So, these are collinear. Now, if they're collinear, what does it mean to be collinear? On the same line. Good. So, if that's true, then write this. That means that ABC and DBF are lines. Now, if you just wrote this, that would be fine, by definition, right? That's fine. Because, look, the symbols mean they're lines. But we all know that half of you guys aren't paying attention. And you're going to look up and you're going to be like, wait, what? So I'm going to write it anyway. Are lines. Yes?
Is that supposed to be a C for AB?
Yeah, I've done that twice now. Job, Ellie. Nice job, Ellie. Good job, Ellie. Ellie, would you like to go back to the back where there's like a little like paper top thing? See where the books are in the back corner? Right next to that, there's a bunch of paper and there's some tape. If there's not tape, I'll throw you some tape. There's some tape. You can tape something to the back wall, okay? Good job. It's a reward. Add to the mural. Make sure it looks good and don't cover up anything cool. Yeah.
Can I go get my glasses?
YouTube, do you see what I have to work with here? Kill me now. Yes, go. Please call a SWAT team in right now. Bust through these windows. Take me out. All right, here we are. By definition, those are lines. Now, if those are lines, I can now show that these are a linear pair. Why is that useful? Because we want to prove 1 and 2 are supplementary. Okay? So, Chance, what color do you want angle 1 to be?
Let's go with orange.
Orange. Good, solid color, Chance. Good job, buddy. So that's angle 1. Ha, thanks. That's how Doc says thanks. You know Doc Peppers? Brandon Peppers? Yeah. Doc. Thanks. All right. Angle 2. Bailey, what color do you want it to be?
Blue.
Which blue, Bailey?
Light blue.
Da Bears. Angle 4. Ellie, what color would you like? Purple. Solid choice, solid choice. Angle 3. Miss Cook, what color?
Purple.
Purple is already taken. Or do you mean maroon, or chartreuse, or perhaps burgundy? Pinot? I don't know what to call this. Leave a comment. What? Nelly, that was adorable. It wasn't funny, but it was adorable. Like the attempt that was made to be funny was adorable. All right. Got her. All right, so let's label the rest of these things. So we said 3 was maroon, chartreuse, burgundy. 4 is light purple. Totally distinguishable. Shut up. Angle 2 is blue. All right, cool. So we know, or we want to prove that 1 and 2 are supplementary, meaning we need to get them the same equation, and they're going to equal under 80, right? That's the idea. So I'm going to show that 1 and 2 are a linear pair. How do I know that? What does linear pair mean? That's what collinear means. Linear pair means that they're on the same line and there's 2 of them. 2 angles on a line, right? Yeah, pretty much the same thing, right? So they're on the same line. How do I know that? Because those are lines. ABC is a line. Yay! So the next thing is to write 1 and 2 are linear pairs. Angle 1 and angle 2, which is light blue, are linear pairs. Now, how do I know that? By definition, right? Linear pair definition is that if they're on the same line, and there's 2 of them, the angles are a linear pair. Right? Linear means line, pair means 2. Now that I know that they're linear pair theorem says if they're a linear pair, which we just showed they are, then they must be supplementary. So by linear pair theorem, LPT, know your theorems. That's the thing that's going to trip you up tomorrow. You're going to forget segment addition postulate, you're going to forget angle addition postulate, you're going to forget linear pair theorem. Guaranteed. Mark, would you answer the door, please? Who could it be now? Bum, 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 now. All right, so we know that angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Did you forget something? Eye. No, not your eyes, your glasses. You dingus. I'm not God. 1 and 2 are supplementary. There it is. Good eye doctor. We should go to the same one. 1 and 2 are supplementary. Therefore, if they're supplementary, what does that mean? What does that mean? They add up to 180. Marissa, she sees the light. YouTube, she was so dumb without her glasses, but look at her now. Look at her now. By definition. Pair, like the fruit. Linear pair theorem. What? are supplementary. Okay. Chance has got it. He knows what it is. Just ask him. Okay. So now we're here. Now notice we actually jumped the gun a little bit. We needed to prove 1 and 2 are supplementary, right? That's what it said. Guess what we did? Ta-da! That's a really short proof, isn't it? The lines, by definition, they're a linear pair by definition. Therefore, they're supplementary. Now we're going to need this information because we're later going to prove that 1 and 4 are the same thing and 2 and 3 are the same thing. But we don't need it yet. The other thing they wanted us to do, 1 and 2 are supplementary. Check. 2 and 4 are supplementary. Well, check it out. 1 and 2 we knew were supplementary because they're a linear pair, right? Yada, 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 bam. Right? Are 2 and 4 a linear pair? Yeah, they are, right? They're on line DBF. So by the same dumb logic, we get that for free. So here's what I'm going to do. By similar dumb logic. Angle 2 and 4 is what we're interested in, right? So angle 2 and 4 are supplementary. And 4 we did in light pink, or light purple. Are sup. Are sup. So 2 for the price of 1. Don't get confused by that tomorrow. Okay, great, wonderful, fantastic. Here we go, Ellie. We started out with what we were given. They're collinear, right? Collinear means that they're lines. And if they're lines, those angles are sitting on a line, right? So they're a linear pair. Linear means line, pair means 2. Now, linear pair theorem says whenever we have 2 angles sitting on a line, they're supplementary, right? That's what we wanted to prove first. Now, by the same dumb logic, 2 and 4 are going to be supplementary. I don't have to go through the whole process again, because if you look at the diagram, 2 and 4 are a linear pair. See what line they're sitting on? DBF. That's what you're missing, right? Okay. So they're on the same line, which means they are a linear pair, which means linear pair theorem says they're supplementary, which means supplementary is 180, right? So we get that for free. They're supplementary. Now, that last bit we haven't written yet. Chance, what does it mean to be supplementary? Somebody help him out.
I know.
Anyone but Bailey, please God. Chance, try again. Chance, try again. Chance, try again. Chance, try again. They add up to 180. That's my boy. You never give up on him. You hear that? We got a hell yeah. All right. So here we are. By definition. Now, why do I need that? Because I want to show that 1 and 4 are in the same equation. So I need some equations. This one didn't have a 4 in it, right? So I needed an equation with 4 in it. Luckily, I have one. Now, are 1 and 4 in the same equation right now? No, so we got to get them in the same room, right? We got to do matchmaker, make me a match. So what do they have in common? Now, Jenna is correct. They both have angle 2 in common, right? So we could rearrange this and get angle 2 on its own. You get angle 2 equals a bunch of junk. You put that bunch of junk there, yada, 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 right? But there's an easier way. Jenna, they have something else in common. See how they both equal 180? Okay, well, if they both equal 180, then they equal each other. You see what I'm saying? If 1 and 2 makes 180, and 2 and 4 makes 180, then 1 and 2 is the same thing as 2 and 4. It's the same thing, right? So let's write that. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2. I'm just rewriting the first equation, right, this guy. Except instead of 180, I'm going to switch out 180 for this stuff. So see how these guys equal 180? Yeah. Well, I know that 180 is the same thing as this, right? That's what that says. So let's write that. Instead of 180, I'm going to write this crap. Now I'm writing it kind of weirdly. That way I can save on changing pens.
So angle 1, angle 2 equal 2 and 4.
Yeah, right? They must if they equal the same thing. Right? If 2 plus 3 is 5, and I know 4 plus 1 is 5, isn't 2 plus 3 the same thing as 4 plus 1? Maybe I lost you there. Words are hard, math is easy. They both equal the same thing, so they equal each other. Okay? So I did that by substitution. Technically what I did was I saw 180 there, right? And I switched it out for this stuff. Because it is 180, right? That's substitution. So now we're here. Now notice, 1 and 2 Or, I'm sorry, not 1 and 2. We wanted 1 and 4 in the same equation. We have 1 and 4 in the same equation. This should be a 2. Chance said it right. I did it wrong. Right? 1 and 2. 2 and 4. You dig? Okay, cool. My bad. So you'll notice 1 and 4 are in the same equation now. That's good. That's what we wanted. That was the goal here, right? So now, what do we do to make these guys go away so they can be on their own? Ellie.
Where did you get 1? Like, where did you, like... Okay, see, now I'm back on track because it was in different... It said angle 4 and I had 2 written down.
Right, I'm sorry, yeah. And while you were confused about it, I realized the mistake I made, and then you came back in. Always ask questions, guys. I'm an idiot, okay? All right. I'm glad you are. So now we're here. What are we going to do to get rid of angle 2? By definition, by subs.
Oh.
You're asking Macy what it says?
Wow.
Hey, Macy, I know you can't see anything. What does it say on the board there? Like, either you're just messing with her and you already know what it is and that's a mean thing, or you're an idiot. All right, why would you ask her?
Thanks.
Jeez. Yeah, this child. All right, so we're going to subtract angle 2 from both sides, right? See how it's a plus angle 2? If I subtract it and move it over, it'll actually cancel with this guy. So measure of angle 1 equals measure of angle 4. That'll be all that's left over. And we did that by subtraction. SUBT. All right, here we are. It's almost all on there. Ignore this. Here's what we did. Those are on lines. If they're on lines, then they must be a linear pair. Linear pairs are supplementary according to LPT, linear pair theorem. First part done. Next part, if they're supplementary, that means they add up to 180, right, Chance?
Yes.
Well, if these guys are supplementary, then that means they add up to 180. Cool? If that equals 180 and that equals 180, then they equal each other. Last step, subtract angle 2 from both sides. Right? Whatever you do with algebra, you have to do it to both sides. So when I subtract it from here, I have to subtract it from there. And by magic, all I'm left with is angle 1 and angle 4. Now, last step is to write it how they wanted it. They wanted a congruency sign. Remember, angles, the figures are congruent, measures are equal. Because measures stand for like how much it is, right? Like a number. And numbers are equal. Figures are congruent. So we use the little equal sign with the tilde, the Spanish equal sign. And we're done. Now, we had one more thing we wanted to prove, right? We already got that the two things are supplementary, right, here and here. We got angle 1 and angle 4 are congruent. They also wanted us to know what angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent, right? Now, notice angle 1 and angle 4. See where they are? Right? And the way we did that is we said, look, 1 and 2 equal 180, 2 and 4 equal 180. Cut out the middle guy. Therefore, they equal each other, right? Now, what about for 2 and 3? Here's 2 and 3. Well, angle 1 and 2 equal 180. I'm sorry, let's do it differently. No, that is fine. Angle 1 and 2 are 180. Angle 1 and 3 are 180. Cut out the middle guy, 2 is 3. Isn't that the same thing we just did, just with different letters, different numbers? So here's what you're allowed to do. By the same logic, by similar logic, by the same dumb logic, whatever you want to call, right? By the same logic, we get that angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent. And finally, we have to use that chartreuse, maroon, burgundy, Pinot color. Remember, the swag box means end proof. Typically, it's just a single box, or they write QED, which means proof in the pudding in Latin, basically. But I do a double box because it's all about that swag. Clout. Of course. The meme of the year. I know, right? All I demand is that the meme of the year be funny. That's all I demand.
That's the meme.
That's what I would. Marissa, pay attention. All right. That was 11. 9 or 10, which one do you want to see? 10, great idea. Jenna, what color is angle 1? Jenna, I want to love you, but you make it so hard. Angle 2. Kelvin! That's right. Angle 2. Angle 2. Angle 3. Nelly!
Red.
I saved the red for the swag box, Nelly.
Okay. Orange.
Orange, great color.
Ew.
Gosh dang it. That was so wholesome. Angle 4. How about Diana? Angle 4, what color do you want? Can't be these. Yellow, don't have yellow. We already used orange. Green! We already have green. Pink. There we go. Fun fact. Don't we already know that 2 and 3 are the same thing? So let's just make them both green, right? Shut up. Disrespectful. Insubordination. All right. So let's write down what we're given. Given. 1 and 2 are supplementary. S-U-P-P. And if you say it with like a French accent, S-U-P-P. You're like, what did that guy just say? We also know. Oh yeah, sorry. Not just Macy. Everyone can see it. It's funny because she can't see. All right. We also know angle 2 is congruent to angle 3. Okay, so now we're here. Check it out. Given that information, what other information do we know? Chance, what does it mean to be supplementary?
Equals 180.
Woo woo! Hell yeah. All right, so angle 1 and angle 2 add up to 180. If there are any parents watching at home. Hell yeah. Straight out of Podunk. All right, here we go. Chance, you make me laugh. That made my day. All right. So we know that. How do we know that? That's by definition, right? That's what supplementary means, dog. So there we are. Now, if that equals 180 and that equals 180, we know that these guys equal each other, right? So Jenna and Chance, these two equal 180, and those two equal 180. Therefore, they equal each other, right? So let's do it. And the reason we're going to do this is when we write that, everybody's going to be in the same equation, which is nice, right? Everybody's at the party. So angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is going to equal the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4. Now notice 2 and 3 are the same color, which means we already know they're congruent. So I bet you can see what's going to happen next. Unless you're Macy. Got her. My seniors, my first year I ever taught math, when I wasn't a real math teacher at all, and just came in to like make sure no one killed themselves, right? Yikes. They got me a shirt that said Savage across the front. How long will it take for you to get me one? Yes.
Is this one subtraction?
You can literally just go to which one.
We're going to substitute first, because just because they're the same color doesn't mean that it's easy to see they're the same thing. What if you're Macy, right? So what we're going to do is, instead of writing angle 2, what?
What size shirt do you wear?
Medium. Or maybe a large slim, right? So 2 and 3. When we switch out angle 2 for angle 3. So Chance, do you see how 2 and 3 are the same dumb crap? So instead of writing 2, I'm going to write 3 here. And when I do that, watch what happens. I have an angle 3 on this side. And I have an angle 3 on this side, right? So when I subtract them, it's going to go away. And we're going to get what we want, 1 and 4 together. So we switched out 2 for 3. That's subs. With an S. I swear to God, include the S. Don't write S-U-B. I'll mark it wrong. S-U-B-S! Macy. Is Macy short for something?
It's just me.
Macelin. Misandra. Masandria. Ooh, I like that one. Masandria. Masalicious. All right, so I subtract angle 3 from both sides. That's by SUBT, subtraction. And look, we get what we wanted. 1 and 4 are congruent.
You wrote it wrong.
The 3 is supposed to be a 2.
No, it's not. Why? I mean, you can make them both 2s or make them both 3s.
Why is it a 3?
Well, 2 and 3 are the same thing.
Oh.
So you can either make them both 2s or you can make them both 3s. Knock yourself out. Okay? You do you. Now, last thing, we need to make it look exactly like they wanted. Remember, angles are congruent, measures are equal, and they want it to be congruent. So we write it like this. And we don't have to justify that. Just therefore symbol, right? For the swag. Speaking of swag. He gone. Deuces. Looks like I cut myself. Maybe I did. All right. Questions, comments, concerns other than for my mental stability? Edgy. Number 9. You want to see it? It's the same dumb crap. Those two add up to 90, and those two add up to 90. Therefore, those angles equal those angles. I'm going to say that again. These two add up to 90 because they're complementary, right? That's what complementary means. Supplementary means add up to 180. So 1 and 2 add up to 90. We know that 2 and 3 add up to 90. Therefore, Diana, 1 and 2 equal 2 and 3. And we cut out the middleman, and we get 1 equals 3. Ta-da! What? Not in here. Yes, you may go, just not in here. Right? Yikes. All right. Same dumb crap. We did this in the homework. What, Calvin? Take a screenshot. What? Or a picture. What happened? Go. Just go. It's fine.
Oh, my back is breaking.
Was it something I did? No. Okay. Was it the face I made? She's like, I need to puke. The sass. Is Marissa short for something? It probably is. 7 and 8. Which one do you want to see? Ocho. Good choice. XY. Let's make it dark blue. Is congruent to YZ. So I'm going to make them the same color. XY and YZ are the same thing. XV and VU are congruent, so I'm going to make them the same thing. Now notice, when it says XY, well, I already had XY, it's blue. And VU I already marked as pink. YZ is blue. And XV is pink. So we need to get these blues to be a blue and a pink. Here's what I'm going to do. Given XY is congruent to YZ, and we're given that XV is congruent to YU, VU I should say, and then we're given that XY, blue, is congruent to VU. I would encourage you to buy these pens, guys, or get some kind of pens. You can get an entire pen set with every color for $17, and they'll last you the whole year. Get the 07s. Okay, sponsor me, Pilot. 07 instead of the 05, because 07s feel like you're gliding across the page. The 05s are a little bit thinner. This one's an 05, and it feels like you're writing with a knife. So I grade with the 05s because I want to grade your tests with a knife. But I write with these when I'm feeling happy. That's my advice. It's really helpful to organize this, because check it out. If we start here, notice that it has the same colors, right? So let's start there, right? Let's start with this guy. So given XY is congruent to VU, that's given to us, right? Now I want the colors to stay. I just want the letters to be different. This is different than how we did it the other day. Lots of ways to do it, right? Last time we started with 2 blues and worked our way towards blue and pink. Now we're starting here. So how do I switch out XY for a different blue? I want YZ. Do I have a way to switch out XY for YZ? Come on. Don't I? Yeah, right? By substitution, right? They are the same. So instead of writing XY, I'm going to write YZ is congruent to VU. I did that by substitution. Now, technically, you could have done both at the same time because we're going to switch out VU next. But this is a very short proof. So let's make it a little bit longer. By subs. Now, how do I switch out VU for XV? Well, it says they're the same, right? So instead of writing VU, I'm just going to write XV. Subs. She didn't even look. She just guessed. That's how much she cares about you, Diana. No, we're good. No one said you could get up. Oh, it's Ellie. What are you talking about, Mr. Mack? I'm not giving you a look. And now we're done. That's what they wanted. How you like that one? You're praying that one's on there, right?
No.
That's it, right? Didn't we get what they wanted? Take a picture.
Is the other one by substitution?
Given, subs.
She takes a picture and scribbles out your face.
It's all right. I don't want an online presence. I'm very not online. My parents are Amish, if only they knew. What?
The last one is by what subs?
Just by subs.
I'm hungry.
Child, why do you test me so? You see this? Clean. No blood. It yearns. All right, which one do you want to see, 5 or 6? We don't have a lot of time.
Whichever one you want.
5 is just like the homework.
6 then.
6 it is. All right, check it out. Q is in the interior of XYZ. So first let's draw angle XYZ. I'm going to make it obtuse. Why not? I'm feeling obtuse. Y has to be the vertex. Q is in the interior. There's the inside, right? I know. Ellie! What color do you want XYZ to be? Yes.
Pick all three? Wait, it's one thing.
It's an angle.
X.
Light blue it is. XYZ.
I'm sorry.
And they tell us that XYZ is 100, right? Hundo. You better be sorry, Ellie. All right. What about XYQ? Bailey! What color? Orange it is. XYQ. They're catching on. Diana, ZYQ, what color?
Purple.
She's fast. I will honor your speed. Negative 5x minus 5. So we're given this. Are people watching my live stream and texting me right now? Is that what's happening? Yep. Shout out to people that know me. So this is what we're given. Now, what thing tells us we're allowed to add up the 2 little bits of the angle to equal the whole thing? What's the postulate? Angle addition postulate. Very good. So by angle addition postulate, that's the one you're going to forget. Angle addition postulate, segment addition postulate. They both say the little guys add up to the big guy. See how orange and blue and purple make the blue? Are you smelling them stepping in there? Orange and purple makes up the blue. So we're going to write that. Orange angle was XYZ. I'm sorry, not XYZ. It was XYQ. So XYQ is our orange angle. This was our blue angle again. And then our purple angle was ZYQ. So we add those together, their measures, and we get the measure of the blue angle, which we called XYZ. This isn't for killing. This is for delaying your death. None of your business, Ellie. Okay? Oh, was it? It's okay. No. All right. So anyway, now we're here. That's by angle addition postulate. That lets us say that the 2 little guys add up to the big guy. You smell what I'm stepping in? We all here? Diana? Wonderful. All right, so now we need to get some equations going on here with numbers and stuff, right? Because the end goal is to show that ZYQ is 55. ZYQ is our purple angle, by the way, right? So now we need to substitute. Instead of XYQ, what am I going to write in there for that? Bailey? Who knows? Well, what is XYQ? Thank you, Chance. Chance knows. Hell yeah. All right. ZYQ. Chance, what is ZYQ? It's perp. Whenever you plug stuff in, always wrap it in parentheses, saves you little mistakes that I might have to fix later. XYZ they said was 100, right? So hundo. And now we just do algebra, right? So that was by substitution. We switched out the stuff, right? It used to say the angle names. Now it says the angle measures. That's all. That's substitution. SUBS. I love this class. I'd never say it out loud, though. All right, these guys are on the same side. So x and minus 5x is just negative 4x. We're not doing anything fancy here. 57 minus 5 is positive 52. And then we got hundo over here, right? So we don't need to justify that. That was just putting stuff on the same side together. It's when you move stuff you have to justify it. So when I move that 52 next, what property am I using to move it? Chance. All right, so 100 minus 50 is 50, right? Subtract 2 more. 48, BB. That was by subtraction, SUBT. And then how do we separate the negative 4 from the x? Division. Right? Not adding. We got to separate them. Remember, separation is divorce. They're together, so we got to separate them. And everything gets divided in a divorce. So negative 48 divided by negative 4 is going to be a negative answer. What's 48 divided by 4? Ellie. Negative 12. So x is negative 12. We did that by division. That's a W. Make it a V. There we go. Division. So we're done, right? X is negative 12. Wrong! It's going to happen to you tomorrow. We wanted to prove that ZYQ is 55. So we got to go back and plug it in. So given that ZYQ is what? What did they give us that ZYQ is? What did they give us measure ZYQ? What did they give us? Right, not 55. They didn't give us that. We're trying to prove that, right? They gave us this. Negative 5x minus 5. So let's write that. And now we're going to plug in x. Chance, what do we get for x again? What are we plugging in? Hell yeah. If I'm not here tomorrow, you know why. So that's going to be 60, right? Because positive, right? Negative, negative makes positive. 60 minus 5, 55, baby. If you didn't know that, you could cheat a little bit and be like, oh, it's supposed to be. So as long as I didn't screw up earlier, should be fine. I don't encourage that, but, you know. And now we're done. Swag box. I like them apples. As long as they're pink lady, you love them. Red delicious? Lies, not red, also not delicious. It's more like a chartreuse, burgundy, mauve, pimento olive? Or wait, no, what kind of olives? Kalamata. That's a color now. So says I. There's a lot of red in there.
On there, it looks right over there. It doesn't.
I suppose so. How you feel? Yeah, you need to come in and see me at some point. When are you going to do that?
So is this quiz over what we did last week too? Because I wasn't here entirely.
So all that we did last week, let's do an example of what we did last week. It was just this front page. Okay? So let's look at this one. Given this, prove x is negative 7. So what we would do is we'd say this is given to us, right?
I don't understand any of this already. Like,
Well, you're going to get this, okay? That's what's given to us, right? Okay? Now, how do I solve a problem like Maria? You want to add the 7 or divide by 3 first? Okay, so we get this. And I did that by addition property of equality because I added it over, right? Cool. Now, Oh, don't lose your x's. Stalk them on Instagram. I forgot my x. There we go. So now how do I separate the negative 3 from the x? Division. And I get negative 7 by division property, right? And look, that's what I was supposed to get. I proved it. Yay, swag box. Now for number 2, it's the same dumb crap, except we're going to have to add that 3, so addition property of quality, right? And we're going to have to multiply by 2, so multiplication property, right? And then we win, if x is indeed negative 32. Great idea. Except you need your hands to write, so like maybe like a bag. Or a mask. We'll get you like a hockey mask. A little Jacques Plante. Number 3, A, B, and C are collinear. What does it mean to be collinear? On the same line. So draw yourself a line and put A, B, and C on it. A, B, C. And they tell us that AB is negative x plus 2, right? And they tell us that BC is negative 3x minus 4. And they tell us that the whole dumb thing is 6, right? AC. So what thing says the 2 bits add up to the whole thing? Hannah. Segment addition postulate. It's the one where you add up the segments, right? And it's a postulate because, like, duh. It has to be. How could it be anything else? So we know that this, oh, sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. We know that AB plus BC should equal AC. That's what segment addition postulate says. Now what are we going to do after this? Substitution, right? We're going to plug in negative x plus 2. We're going to plug in negative 3x minus 4. We're going to plug in 6. And we're going to do math, right? And then we're going to get BC is 2. We're going to get an answer for x and have to go plug it back in, right? But that's the gist. If you can get that and then substitute, the next step again was this. I think from here, after this step, you know what to do. The question is, can you do the arithmetic without messing it up, right? So now we're here by subs, because we substituted. Yeah, Macy, you missed a crucial week. Luckily we didn't do too much last week, but it was pretty foundational. And then we keep going, right? We get x on its own, we get a number, we plug it back in for BC, and BC is going to be 2. That's it. Same thing for number 4. These are basically the ones that we did in my other classes, but if you want to watch their videos, maybe a different explanation would help. If you want to go back and watch this, I would encourage it. This is not going to be an easy quiz because none of my quizzes are. However, this one, if you put in the effort, should respond well. So put in the effort and try to knock it out of the park as best as possible. Some of you guys don't know what you're doing because you haven't been here. You need to come and see me. Okay? Come see me. All right, Diana. Oh man. All right, let's do it real quick. What are we doing?
Okay, ready?
What do I do?
We just go like this. So it's gonna go.
I'm gonna learn an entire dance right now.
No, it's really easy. You literally just go. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Okay.
Got it.
You go forward, side. Okay.
Oh, side. Okay, so it's not back. Okay, got it.
Ready?
Wow, what a song. You didn't tell me I had to go down. First two, I look like an idiot. Get out of here, go away. No, but
So you're going to get up as your first check.
I wanted to.
Oh,
Numbers are hard, right? You know, I'm not going to make them. Maybe this one.
Oh, Bailey.
Wait, why are you here still? Oh, start test? Okay, off. Start test, start test, start test. Hi, we have guests. No one said you could do that. Why are you
It's a rocking chair. It'll help me learn.
take it? Maybe you can use it for whatever you
I'll
want.
be too fidgety.
And all lowercase. Now you know.
Thank you.
You need to save it fast.
I'll just don't answer questions.
Today we're doing a review, so make sure you do. Yeah. It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
Just remember, I feel like I'll do good on this.
Yeah, soccer. Is it hard? What I'm asking is it
Where's he at? Mr. Mac. Have we had any homework?
yeah, boy. Yep. We can, or we can go over it first. What are we going to do? What up? Attorney? All right. Well, I've got a couple. How about this? How about this? Quality. All right. So. No, we'll go quality. Take this. That's good. Okay. And then ladies, there will be tons of seats available, so if you just find an open desk, you'll be fine. Take the back of the platform.
I can't get back.
Hello.
Dude, it was this buddy. What's up, Mac?
Not much, Doc. Thanks for asking.
Hey, how is it?
Remind me. Yes, go ahead, Doc.
I don't know. Can you?
Can you? Can you shut up?
Dude, you're not allowed to touch.
What kind of car does he drive?
Dude, I don't have a car. Tucker? Tucker drives a Prius.
No, I know what Tucker drives. What does Mr. Eads drive?
He drives a Ford F-250.
Gotcha.
But he don't need it.
Not a Chevy.
Mr. Eads?
Ease doesn't even need
Nothing
a
wrong with my fatty
250.
face.
Brandon, why are you so bald?
I just woke up this morning and it was gone. My hair.
Let's see.
Pretty
dear, you know?
My friend River drew it out of his book, so I was like, yeah, I want that.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What?
We stayed up till like 6 a.m. today, bro.
Me?
I did.
Oh, you did. But you made it, huh?
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
that.
had some orange juice.